Tonight in the Experience, AAA of Central Massachusetts is going to be stopping by. Here we are at the end of summer. We'll get some safety tips, some roadway safety tips from them. But we're going to begin with some Worcester Railers hockey. It is here finally. It's right around the corner. Mike, thanks so much for stopping by.
Oh, thanks for having me.
October 14th is going to be the big night. I got to tell you, I go walking into Honey Farms. Big sign for the Railers. I go into the Muse. I've got the schedule is right there for me to pick up. You guys are everywhere. Billboards, newspapers, radio. It's amazing the awareness that there is out there about. You really did it right.
Well, we've had about a year and a half, 2 years to ramp up. So, now we're into the final stretch. So we're really sort of putting on the full court press at this time.
I think that the excitement is really off the charts, and I have to say that my thought would be, and I'd like to pick your brain a little bit on this.
Oh boy.
So here we are, right? Tell us a little bit about the league and about the division that you're in, and I've got to think that right now, without you guys having played a game, you're probably the envy of the other teams for the way that you have done it, for the way that you have ramped it up, for the excitement that there is in Worcester.
Well, I'll be frank. We've been afforded the luxury. We have a very generous owner in Cliff Rucker, and who had the foresight to really be able, foresight and depth of pocket to be able to really leave us a runway, an 18-month runway from the announcement to opening night, to really bring in an expansion team, introduce the team to the market, get ourselves entrenched in the community right away, and do a slow build-up as opposed to a real compressed sort of fire drill experiment. If we had started from the announcement in February and opened that year, I think we'd be having a different conversation. It would be a little more harried, a little more crazy. So we were able to, because of his willingness to sort of take the time and spend the money and to do it right, I think we've been able to really introduce ourselves as a brand to the marketplace, introduce our foundation to a lot of the nonprofits in the area, and really create what has become an enterprise, which includes the Worcester Ice Center, our Railers Tavern.
Can't wait to talk about some of that, because I think that is just such a great part of it for people, again, for you to already, without having played a game, to be part of the community. But first game is going to be played. It is going to be played on October 14th. Yeah. Sold out opening night.
Well, yes, that's the goal. From Jump Street, that's been the goal. We've, I've worked in Worcester for a long time, and I've worked with the previous team, and I know how hard it is to, fill an arena and create enough excitement to fill a big arena like the DCU Center. So, no small task. But we've got a director of ticket sales who's more worried about us not having enough tickets than us worried about selling it out. So we're on our way.
Yeah, pretty amazing. What do you think it is about Worcester as a sports town? So granted, we don't have a major league team, but Worcester embracing the Bravehearts. Yeah. As you said, you worked for the previous team. Worcester embracing hockey, previously. It's just a great sports town.
You know what? There's so many. There's a rich history in many different sports. Whether it's athletes who've gone on to play in the pro levels or in the college ranks. So you have a number of different athletes who actually played in Worcester and the surrounding towns that have gone on to do great things, that come back and raise a family. And then you've had teams that have come through, hockey teams, pro teams that have come through, and some of their players have, married local women and stayed and come back after a long career and have called Worcester their home. So it's a neat town that has a rich history and definitely not a shortage of character. So.
Well, and just as those players, some of them have really sunk their roots here.
Yeah.
And you talked a moment ago about really being part of the community. And part of that is the charitable works that you are involved in.
Yeah.
how much money have you guys? I mean, so again, I know I keep harping on this, but without even playing a game, I mean, the money that you've given back to the community.
Yeah, that again. I'm gonna go back to we're in a very unique situation. I was given a very blank canvas with some pretty neat resources that most people don't get a chance to have at their disposal. So I'd love to take credit and say look at these great things. But the reality is, we've been afforded something very special through the generosity of our owner and Cliff Rucker, and I feel like we're making the most of it. I feel like the Railers HC Foundation has already given back so much. Like you said before our first puck drop, our goal is to donate $250,000 a year to local nonprofits, and we're well on our way already to fulfilling those goals. So to do that before ever playing a game, I think speaks volumes to our commitment to the community and to Cliff's commitment to really making Worcester a destination, and making the Railers sort of the epicenter of that.
See a lot of people coming west now. The Hanover Theater, what's happening on Shrewsbury Street. We've got right now, as we're talking, Powwow is going on with all of those murals. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about that in a moment, because I know that the Railers, again, at the center of all of these different things that are going on. Talking about the foundation and being out in the community, how much is Trax a part of that?
Well, our poor our community relations coordinator, Paul Harris, is he's been wanting to work in sports for a long time. He's interned for a long time, and various teams through his college years, and so he finally got a shot. And he was at one stretch, he had done 60 appearances in 60 days. So I said, that was his sort of welcome to community relations. Yeah. So he's picked up the ball and run with it, and been Trax's handler, and really getting him out there as much as possible.
Well, again, the awareness. I mean, the awareness is just absolutely everywhere. Every event, it's wonderful to see, and I think that. We talked about the goal of selling out, the goal, the fact that people are actually talking about, are you going to have enough tickets for opening night, which is incredible, to fill an arena, as you said. How are ticket sales going?
Ticket sales are going great, and a lot of it has to do with, Trax softening that market, getting people to know who we are, and the branding, the billboards, things like that. Our ticket staff has been, going at it from day one, really trying to make sure that this isn't just something that's fly by night and or a flash in the pan.
Right, and I know that the season tickets then are always sort of this base. There's always this drive for the season tickets to get that. How much have you kind of picked up season tickets because people are excited, want to support? How much are fans who just really missed that hockey wasn't here for a couple of seasons?
Well, there's a number of different factors that factor into the who is a season ticket holder, who's a candidate for season tickets, and there's multi types of season tickets. You can have flex tickets or the hard sell tickets for each game. So we're already double the season ticket holder number. We eclipsed the 1,500 mark this past week. And we're over double the number that the Sharks had in the last season. So now it's really getting after what is the meat of this market, which is group sales. And Worcester historically has been a very good group sales town. So if you enter into your season with a base of 1,750 season tickets, which is what we're anticipating being at by opening night, then you've already you're already
and then
on
when
your
the
way.
Boy Scouts and the church groups and the PTOs start to come in,
you get your walk-ups and your group tickets. That's when all those factors together is how you fill an arena.
Yeah, boy, it sounds to me like just as the Bravehearts lead in attendance, the Railers will be right there.
Yeah,
as well.
Trying our best.
All right, we're going to talk more about that. I want to talk a little bit because I know that along with the season ticket holders, the corporate sales are a big part of it too. So I want to ask you a little bit more about the business end of it, and then we'll get more into the fun part of what's going to be happening on opening night, and that's coming up on the Hank Stolz Experience.
Worcester. The Worcester Railers Hockey Club hit the ice October 14th at the DCU Center. Become a member today for off-the-rails excitement. Hockey is coming. Full season, mini plans, and group tickets are on sale now. Call 508-365-1750 and visit RailersHC.com. All aboard!
Hi, and welcome to our We Hear You public service announcement. We are excited to announce our upcoming event on October 3rd at the Worcester Art Museum, sponsored by the Hearing and Balance Centers and Care One at Millbury. This event will provide education on important ways to prevent dementia, manage your hearing health care, and how to maintain an active, healthy life and brain as you age. Space is limited, so please contact us today.
Just like in baseball, good sports reporting relies on the bullpen. There are days when our front man just doesn't have his stuff anymore.
What is he doing? This is rude.
I think it's Grafton. It could be Bartlett. It's a green and white team.
You don't have it tonight. You're done.
Son of a bitch! I f***ing have it. Tell me I don't
I can still bring it.
Yes, time. All right, that's actually Bartlett versus Millbury, and it's Todd Duchesne for Millbury.
I'm just glad I can be a role guy here.
Hi, I'm Dale LePage.
And I'm Jennifer Ankowiak from Charter TV3's entertainment show WooTube.
Be sure to tune into WooTube every month for local music and comedy videos.
Few and far between are on the screen.
Interviews with local venue owners and upcoming events in your area.
It's your music and comedy videos, all the events you want to attend, and all the places you want to be.
WooTube.
Railers Hockey Club opening night is October 14th. As you have heard, if you haven't gotten your ticket, find out. Make sure that you can get one. Go now. Do it right away. Don't wait. One of the things that we were just talking about is your 1,750 season ticket holders. Fantastic number. The corporate
Not yet.
aspect
We're
of
just
it
eclipsed
as well.
1,500.
Well, it's
but
all right.
we'll get
I know.
there.
It's going to be there. It's going to be there for opening night because, of course, it amazes me that you have the 1,500. And again, back to what you said about the ramp up of the 18 months, because this is a last minute society.
Yeah.
Everybody waits until the end. So if you've got 1,500 now,
Right.
with more than a month to go, maybe 1,750 is on the low side.
We've discussed that. That one of the things that is common in this is you'll see the initial announcement, you'll see the quick spike, and then you get the quick tail off until just before, and you'll see another spike. So we're getting to the just before, and we saw a huge uptick in deposits and tickets last week. So, we expect that to continue.
And again, the awareness is amazing. So now, what's the corporate piece of it separate from the season ticket holders?
So, the corporate piece is a very important part of our budget. Obviously, advertising and selling to the, everybody's familiar with the dasher boards in the arena. We have a brand new state-of-the-art HD scoreboard and fascia boards, which are the ribbons on the side of the up top in the arena, and it's something that everybody's got to see to believe. Like Worcester has the top of the line HD scoreboard. So advertisers play a huge role in helping keep a team sustainable in any market, and Worcester's really stepped up. And I think again, I credit our owner and his foresight in getting all his other entities kind of going.
Yeah, this is really something it's fascinating to me as well. So it isn't just I come in and isn't it wonderful and here I am as the owner of the Railers. Yeah. It really is here I am going to be a big part of this community, Cliff Rucker, and I am going to invest in the Palladium. I'm going to make sure that there is a restaurant / pub for Railers fans to be able to go to. We've got this gorgeous, that's getting ready to open up, hockey complex that the Powwow mural is going to be on. Again, tying it all back into the community. Yeah. He's really invested heavily in the city of Worcester.
Yeah, I think a lot of the vision came from really trying to create an ecosystem so that it's sustainable, so that it's not just a team, which anybody who's followed minor league sports in any sport knows it's a tough business. It's not it's not a business you go in to get rich on, or do it just for the money type thing. You have to have a passion. You have to want to have it there for a purpose. A lot of our purpose is to help the surrounding community, give back to the community, get other kids involved. Our foundation is really created to give access to underprivileged youth throughout Worcester County, so that we can provide access, whether it's to a Railers game or to the rink at the Worcester Ice Center, and create programming to get kids more involved in the sport, or just learn how to skate. So there's a number of different things that were a part of creating this ecosystem, whether it's a tavern, buying part of the Palladium, the Worcester Ice Center, having our players housed downtown. Those type of things all feed on each other, so it's not just a single entity, the hockey team, that plays during the season and shuts down in the off season. It's a 365 hockey club where we can actually keep people engaged, get people involved, get families and the parents and the grandkids and everybody.
Boy, that's great.
Yeah, so we'll have some programming for everybody.
And you've got corporate sponsors who are stepping up there as well. The naming rights, for example, for the hockey arena.
Yeah, so we're proud to announce that Fidelity Bank has come on board to be the the naming rights sponsor for the Worcester Ice Center. So it's officially the Fidelity Bank Worcester Ice Center. So that type of investment from the corporate community, we've seen from day one. People saying, we want to be a part of what you're doing. We believe in what you're doing because it's Worcester. It's about the city. It's about the county. It's about Worcester. So rather than playing for a team that's 3,000 miles away, or 1,000 miles away, or what have you, this is a locally owned team. This is about Worcester. And having the polar patch on the jersey is another sort of symbol that we're Worcester based.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love it. And listen, we'll talk as we get close to October 14th. We'll have you back. We'll talk a little bit more about what's going to be happening on opening night and everything. But give us a little bit of a preview. And what is it that we are going to see out there on the ice, the team itself?
Well, the interesting part of opening night is this is an expansion team. We're not moving in from another city. We have no baggage from anywhere else. We have no players coming in that were there or played in another place together. So we're really pulling together a team for the first time ever. First time I've been involved in anything like this. So to watch the team get sort of placed piece by piece and signed week by week has been, for a hockey purist like myself, it's been probably my favorite part of it all, because I'll be interested to see how we go. I mean, it's a really neat lineup, with some depth, some veteran presence, some youth, a lot of championships won at multiple different levels. Stateside, in Europe, you name it, at the collegiate level, pro ranks. So these guys that our coach and GM Jamie Russell has started putting together and pieced together are really thought out, and are excited to play here because of what they're hearing about what the team's been up to.
Oh, the support that they're going to get is going to be fantastic. We got about 10 seconds. Some of the other cities where they're going to be traveling, some of the other cities in the league?
We'll be in Glens Falls, New York. Manchester will be another rival.
Great.
Portland for next year. Norfolk, Virginia. We'll also, Charleston, South Carolina, Orlando, and
great.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Hey, cannot wait for October 14th. We'll have you back before then. We'll talk about the team and all the great things that are going to be happening on opening night. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Hank.
As always, thank you for being here, and we have much more to come on this edition of the Hank Stolz Experience.